because there is like a big competition between France and Italy. You know, like Italians thinks that French are snob.
Italians. No, come on. Now I want to see all the comments here from everybody that is not Italian. If you think that French are snob or not.
You have a kind of animosity, if I have to be honest. Bonjour everyone, welcome back to a car confession with Ricky.
Guest star.
Always. So you may know, but Ricky and I are from different countries. I'm a French wife and he's an Italian husband. Even if our culture are similar because we are kind of cousins, let's say.
They say so.
Difference. Indeed, you see, it's starting like that, okay? And we're gonna speak about the summertime. And who does it better? Is it France or is it Italy?
There's not even a competition, but that's okay.
This is our life since we know each other.
Let them believe.
So, I prepared a list of questions, Ricky, so we can answer it. Obviously, we are going to be biased by our own experience. So, what we say is not like a generality for everyone, but our personal experience. Okay. What was your typical day as a child during summer?
Already you are losing it. Because I have the huge luck that I grew up on a beautiful island in Tuscany. I mean, grew up, I spent all my summer there because we had a family house there. That is very typical for Italian summer, let's say. It's called Isola del Giglio. And my typical day was walking outside home by myself in the morning because I was in a little island, going to the little port where there were the fishermen coming back, having my cappuccino and croissant, looking at the fisherman working in front of me. Then
you had cappuccino as a child?
No, as a teenager.
Yeah.
As a child, I had my milk.
Thankfully, because otherwise.
Or doing that also, I remember also doing that on the balcony, or seeing the harbor. Then meeting with all my little friends. The mom of somebody was bringing us to the beach. We were going to the beach, and there it was starting the daily adventure. Every day we were going catching the crabs in a little place, or we were going fishing in another, or we were going diving from a rock. I mean, all things that guys nowadays, as a parent, I say, our parents, they were completely crazy. Today, leaving 8 or 9 years old kids going get lost on the sea is something crazy.
It's so funny because when you speak about your memories as a child, it really sounds like an Italian film from the 70s.
Yeah, I was thinking,
it's
also
such a beautiful
Sorrentino movie.
Yeah, exactly.
It was the real Italian song.
It's so funny because for me, I don't know if I can say that it's very French, but I didn't spend any summer in France as a child. My parents would always take me in the furthest places where we'll go sleep in the people places, like very roots, like a bit like kind of backpacking, but we would go to, the Philippines or Sri Lanka or things like that. So I have to say that I didn't know France for a very long time. I traveled in France, I think, only during my adulthood, and therefore I didn't have like summer friends, Every summer I was basically with my parents, and I was meeting some kids along the way. It was not like something like we go every year into the same place. Probably because my parents were not like that too.
Also because they didn't have probably a seaside house.
Also.
Because me, for example, also in Italy...
Listen to it, they didn't have to see.
No, but because it's a sort of convenient thing,
Of course.
In Italy, the first thing that the families do is invest in a second house.
Yeah.
All the family. Like first thing that they do, if they can invest, they invest in the second family.
Not bad.
Second house.
The tradition, I think that's something I discovered living in Italy that we don't have, that is such a nice tradition, is the 15th of August, Ferragosto. It's like a huge tradition in Italy in the middle of August in which everyone is gonna do barbecue, the family get together.
It's a real big celebration.
It's a beautiful
Fireworks,
gathering.
usually.
Yeah, in France I don't think we really have that. We have like the 14th of July, that is our fête nationale, in which we have the firework and everything, but we don't have like a celebration of mid-August.
It's a religious one, I think. I sincerely have to be sincere. Don't ask me exactly what it is because I don't remember. But I know that it is religious.
Yeah, because in France we are more like also.
Way more like.
Yeah. One of the things that I love about Italy, but it's hilarious, it's like who takes the longer holidays?
No, but that's, guys, it's not even Italy-France. That's Italy versus the rest of the world.
It's crazy.
I'm sorry. I mean, this is not gonna be good for your video in competition, but I am on French side.
Ah, yes? Why?
No, because it's too long. Like in Italy, we take 3 full kids since 6 when you start school till university. So also all the high school, you take 3 full months of holidays during summer. Beginning of June till the beginning of September, kids are at home. It's too long.
Now that we are parents, honestly, it's super hard for the parents too. And indeed, but the beautiful thing in Italy is that lots of the kids are really being taken care by the grandparents, because obviously parents for 3 months they have to work, so it's very complicated to keep the kids for so long. Obviously you can bring them to camp and things like that, but it's not 3 months long.
That's also why family invest in having a second house, because at least you can grandpas and kids and see you.
It's true, it doesn't need to be a mansion, but even like a very small apartment, but at least the kids can go there and the parents go meet them during the weekend. Everyone is doing that.
Yeah,
the thing that is different is that, for example, what is beautiful as an adult and kind of funny is that I realized that in Italy, if you come in the month of August, everything is closed, which is so good because you can have like a proper break. You're not gonna receive emails or calls of emergency during the summer holidays.
They finish the watermelon in the local bar.
Exactly.
That's an emergency in summer.
But for me, that I'm French, it's super weird because you would take maximum 2 weeks during the month of August and that's it. But everyone would be still working, like we cannot all go all in the same time. And I think that if Americans would listen to this video, it's even worse because they almost don't have holidays. We are very blessed anyway in both systems. Okay. So for now, I'd say, I don't know, I think your childhood, we both have beautiful childhood, but different. I think for the holidays, you win in a way because it's nice to have more holidays than not having
for kids,
as much. Which country has the best summer atmosphere?
Guys, but we're speaking about Italy or what? I mean, we are a peninsula in the middle of Mediterranean Sea. We are made for summer. Italy is made for summer.
I'm sorry to say, but I agree with you. And also there's so many places you can travel to. It's so beautiful. Like in France, you have obviously some nice and beautiful places, but I don't know, I think Italy has such a good vibe. To be honest, the Italians are so warm and they're so good in service that like to go in a little place and have everyone like welcoming you and you eat the best food and it doesn't have to be expensive and everything is still kind of natural. And in France, if you're going on the seaside, if you're going into south of France and everything is built up, it's expensive, to me it's overrated, to be honest. The vibe is not the same, and also I don't think, I'm sorry to say, but I think French people, we are not as welcoming as you guys.
No, I'm gonna defend France. I'm not so sure about that. Definitely not Parisian, let's put it like that. That's for sure. But French people are not Parisian people in general.
Yeah.
Then, for sure, if you compare the South Italy, no, that's another league. Like the hospitality and the welcoming and the warmth of South of Italy people, it's another league. But even for us that we're from Milan, it's another league.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when you say that, and maybe there are a lot of foreign people listening to you, I mean, watching your video, guys, Italy, you also need to know now, because it's becoming like if you go to Capri during summer,
you want to die.
Those are the most beautiful places on earth.
Yeah,
literally.
but you cannot go during summer.
But it's really important now to pick the right moment because there is a bit of over tourism in Italy, and you could not have that feeling that you were describing all over Italy.
It's true.
But you can. There are a lot of places that you can have even in the middle of August, but you need to know that.
It's true. But also in France, I think, for example, if you go to Provence, You're gonna find some amazing places. If you go also on the Atlantic coast, if you like to surf, this is something that Italians, they don't have. If you love to surf, you're gonna have like so many great places, but it's a different vibe. Like for example, if I think about Italian summer, I think about like the cliche of like the lemons, Signora I limoni, Signora! That's what I feel. You think about the cliche of like summer in France would be like south of France summer, which is like Saint-Tropez, people partying on the tables.
Yeah, more entertainment, more build-up entertainment.
Not our vibes. We are too old for this. Which country is easier with kids during the summer? Italians. But I never seen so many kids like walking around at 10, 11 at night during the holidays than in Italy.
So I would put it like that. Young people, they love kids.
But we do too.
No, yeah, but not true. It's not in the same way. Like Italian, really, they love the idea of family. They love kids.
Yeah.
So even if you're in a restaurant, in a fancy restaurant in Italy, and your kids are screaming, throwing stuff, it's hard that people get pissed.
It's true.
Let's
it's
say.
True.
In France, it happened to us once.
Yeah.
That people were getting pissed.
It's true.
Because our kids, they were. I mean, but in France, but I would say almost in every other country. But Italy is very, open to kids, let's say.
Yeah, they love, if you go to a place and you have kids, they love it. Italy is very much family oriented. Therefore, when you are a parent, it's amazing. I think that, for example, if you are a young couple, maybe it can be a pain in the ass. But
I mean, for sure, in France, you have more places where a young couple
having a proper date, let's say.
Yeah, definitely.
But for us, it's so nice to be welcomed this way everywhere we go. I remember when I was pregnant in Italy, guys, everyone was treating me like if I was a goddess. Like I didn't need to carry anything. I was not queuing anywhere. People always had like a nice word toward me or a nice intention. But like every age, all the people that I met, it was so incredible, which was not unfortunately the same in France, to be honest. I think like the culture is different, the woman in the society is different. There are like some goods and some bads. I think in France,
not a lot of goods in France.
Yeah, I think that in France women tend to be more independent, but also the men tend to be more helpful, like in the family. Like, there's not so much this cliche of like the macho man. Me, I married an Italian man that is, you're not at all like this, but there is this cliche. So basically when you are pregnant in France, because of the thing of like being independent, people would less treat you particularly, let's say. You know what I mean? Like
in Italy, if you are pregnant and you go to the post office, you're not gonna have a queue even if there are 30 people in front of you.
Because all of them are gonna let you pass.
Yeah, there's no a particular line. You
Yeah.
know? It's people that are letting you pass. That maybe in France you're gonna be more helped in the career.
Exactly.
Definitely you are more, let's say, cared as an independent woman. Not particularly if you are a mother or what.
Yeah.
In Italy, it's a
the
completely
opposite.
different culture.
Yeah. What's the one childhood tradition that you'd love our children to experience? Isola del Giglio.
Okay, in general.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But I mean, I have to say that when past year we went to Isola del Giglio with the kids,
You were so emotional.
I was, because I spent my childhood there. So,
Yeah.
and I remember also I have a lot of feeling of how beautiful it was to be a kid with your parents, with your grandparents. So being on the other side, so being parent, I was kind of imagining in my mind what our kids could feel being, there.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful place because it's authentic, it's easy. Kids are running around in total
Their
safety.
food, yeah.
But I don't think I have a particular tradition. So probably this is, for example, the difference between you, that you were always traveling a lot. You had wonderful experiences.
It
that
was
feeling maybe toward one place. you know?
Yeah, exactly. I think it was super great because it opened my mind in such a beautiful way, because I never seen difference as something scary, but I've seen it as something to admire and love.
We need gas.
I'm taking over, guys, while he's putting the gas. So this was a very good thing that my parents gave to me while traveling, and also we were not traveling in like fancy places. We were really staying with like local people. We're kind of like not hippie, but a bit. So it was really great for me as a kid. On the other end, obviously didn't create traditions. Like I don't remember traditions during the summer. I just remember that when it was the other school holidays, I was going to my grandparents, but I had so many traumatic events there that obviously I don't wish it upon my kids. But to me, it's more like, because also I think that it's depend of the people. You know, we don't have so many beautiful memories of our childhood. I think that my childhood is not like the best thing of my life. It was challenging, but I love the idea of creating my own memories for the kids. So for example, last summer we did like open door cinema on the terrace, and this is something that I love. I'm always searching for like tradition that we can invent, like, you know, maybe one night we are gonna sleep in the living room and we're saying that we're sleeping under the stars. You know, trying to break a bit the routine during summer to make great memories doing things we are not doing usually. I think that because I didn't have those kind of things when I was a child, it's making me even more creative in a way, because I have to invent it. You know what I mean? I don't have an example to follow. I think it's nice. I would love to do more of like the French versus Italian in different topics. So if you have like any thematic you want us to approach, it would be with pleasure. I love the car drive with Ricardo in the morning, and I love our little chat. If you haven't seen it, check our 50-50 relationship. It was super cool. I love doing it with him. I think that in Italy, it's really about like tradition and, you know, pastime with the family, generosity, long meals together, kids running around, very together. While I think in France, it's more about, you know, pass on independency and simplicity. I know what you mean, but yes, it's simplicity, but it's not simple. France in the simplicity is like you're gonna bike drive,
you take a book and that's it.
You take a book, you take a sandwich, then you go, you let the kids being independent, you try to don't have so much this like we all stay together. No, it's more like you do you, I do me. So I think it's kind of a different vibe.
Yeah.
And you know what? I love that we are a family in which we are all French and Italian, because we are truly taking the best from both culture. Like, I always compliment Ricky on some sides of the Italian culture that I love, which is like the value of the family and the tradition and how everyone is coming together. Like, we have during the weekends, half of the weekends we are with the grandparents every single weekends, and this is something that I didn't have also because my grandparents were far away from me. So I always kind of dream about this family. And you always compliment me in the French culture. On what?
Come on, me, I love French culture. You have to understand, guys, that in reality, in our family, probably she's more Italian than me and I'm more French than her.
It's true.
I don't know, but me, I mean, for example, the very Italian summer, I mean, I never brought food on the beach. I don't like it. Like, I don't like it because...
you would be more like the French that bring like maximum a book and a sandwich and ciao.
Indeed.
Me, I would be the girl if I was cooking that I would bring everything.
She's already bringing everything. Like we have a big carriage to bring all the toys, all the tent, the stuff.
Sono napoletana. Adoro. Sometimes Ricky is saying that he didn't marry a Parisian, but he married a Napoletana.
Because she's very warm. Like when we are on the beach, she's speaking with everybody. So I want to stay in my little bubble. Want to read my books, and that's it. Thank you.
Very French of you, very Italian of me.
That's like that.
It's true. I love people. I love this Italian side. If we are on the beach.
Yeah, she's following the kids, hoping that the kids are going to play with other kids, to speak to the mothers of those kids. Say, what the fuck? Me, I'm the opposite. Like, please, kids, stay here. That I don't want to interact with other human beings.
Our kids are starting to play with other kids. I'm gonna jump into the conversation, speak to them. I'm like, I'm such a pain in the ass.
Sometimes you can clearly see on the face of the other moms, but the fact that she won, she's still here. Clearly, it's literally. I have to go pick her up and okay.
It's trop like that. I'm so glad our kids have both of the culture. Sometimes, you know, because there is like a big competition between France and Italy. You know, like Italians think that French are snob.
Italians. No, come on. Now I want to see all the comments here from everybody that is not Italian. If you think that French are snob or not.
You have a kind of animosity that is superior to the others, if I have to be honest. Guys, last
Because
time
we are
I
neighbor.
had...
We are neighbor, guys.
Yeah.
And we compete in soccer, football. We compete on food.
This
we
year,
compete on one. No, obviously
compete
not.
on soccer.
No. In the history, we won way more World Cup.
Okay,
than
we
you
compete
guys.
on food, we compete on fashion, we compete on culture,
let's say
we
that
compete
we have a
in
lot
design.
of common grounds.
Yeah.
And so, as the culture are similar, so we compete on many common grounds. And so.
Yeah, but French, we don't have animosity towards you. I swear to God. We think that sometimes you are a bit too loud, that's it. You are super warm and we are not. So you think it's like being snob, but it's just like this is the way we are with everyone.
I have to say that when we've been living in Paris,
you understood.
I understood because as an Italian person I was traveling very often to Paris because to me it's the most beautiful city in the world, no doubt.
One day, Ricardo looked at me and said, Gab, why do French people hate Italians? And I was like, okay, amore, now watch. We arrived in a cafe, the server came and I was like, hello, bonjour, how are you? Can I please have, no, with a very big smile. Guy replied to me, what do you want? And I said, see, it's just the way it is.
There I understood that it's not just toward the Italians or foreign, it's toward everybody.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, but this is the way we live, unfortunately. But yeah, I think we are very lucky and we have both beautiful cultures and the mix of it all is incredible and I'm so grateful that our kids are gonna have all of it.
Romeo is so French.
Yeah, it's true.
He's like, I want to go back to Paris.
It's
when
true.
are we going to Paris?
Yeah.
Like he's not even, he's growing up in the nature and he's always, craving for a city. Like Charlotte, she's so warm and energetic and going and stuff. Like, and when there is just a bit more noise or artificial,
Amore, they are exactly like us. Him is like you, because you're more French than Italian, and her, she's like me, that I'm more Italian than French.
True, very true.
And by the way, Romeo is the exact copy of Ricky, and Charlotte is the exact copy of mine. Aesthetically, yeah.
And also Romeo is born in Milan and Charlotte is born in Paris. So
we've been very fair. 50-50 on that, we've been 50-50. Like if you travel to Italy, or I have to say that I live in Italy, I married an Italian guy, so I love Italy obviously. But if you travel to Italy, especially in the months of July and August, it's so nice to go in places that are not too touristic. There's so many beautiful places, like Tuscany is great, but Umbria is great too. Islands that are beautiful. The Marche also, it's nice. Try to go off the grid a bit because also the mountains like the Dolomites, the Italian Alps, the French Alps. In France, I love to go to Provence, but I also love to go like in southwest where I'm from, which is more like countryside and or around Bordeaux, in which you have all the wineries, the Atlantic coast to surf. Like you can find so many different vibes. Like I would not go to Saint-Tropez for summer, you know what I mean? Like I would avoid the Capri and the Saint-Tropez of the situation. I mean, if you are young and you want to party, probably.
Anyway, it's way better to go in June or July.
Exactly. If you are young and you want to party, it's okay. But maybe at this point, then I'll go somewhere else. I don't know.
Sardinia, you party all the time.
Yeah, Sardinia, for example, is great too. Not for us because we don't like the north of Sardinia. I think it's super beautiful, but during the season you have to book everything, like every little restaurant you have to book 2 weeks in advance, otherwise you're not gonna get anything, which is, for us, this is like the contrary of a holiday. I don't want to plan, I want to go when I'm hungry to the first place, and that's it. Amore, what is the things that Italians are doing during summer that would be surprising for someone that is not from the country? Me, I have an idea because yesterday I saw some TikToks that were hilarious. That was like, you know, when they do Italian car or like French car, and you had like all the Italians at the beach that they were putting like a huge tent and they were coming with
bringing
so much food, but it's not like bringing a sandwich or a rice salad. It was like bringing like parmigiana, tiramisu. They were doing like pasta con le vongole, incredible, and it was almost a competition between the people of who's gonna eat more, who cooked the best.
Indeed, I would have thought about food.
Yeah.
Food on the beach is really Italian. Like it's a way of, but because in Italy, cooking is a way of taking care of people, you know. So the idea of we are on holiday, so families are cooking even more to really, you know, kind of take care, host people, and we're not really like that though.
No, us not, but because we hate to cook, my friends. Amore, what is some of the French tradition during summer that kind of surprised you, if there are?
Your family is not so traditional.
Not at all.
Maybe
we don't have tradition.
Indeed, maybe I don't even know. You know.
Exactly. Me too. I'm like trying to think about. We literally have no tradition in my family.
I mean, you have to understand, guys, that Gab's father, that is probably one of the person that I love the most on earth, is very hippie person. So sort of the box in everything, and it's hard to find a tradition. You know?
Indeed, I don't have any tradition that I remember. I'm gonna be the worst porte-parole of France because for sure there are like hundreds of traditions. I just never heard of them. I just have no idea. By the way, if you are French and you have some tradition, please put it in the comment because I'm so sorry. I'm probably the worst.
I mean, already like Gabrielle's father loves the ocean, not the Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah.
So he's staying on the ocean side, that by the way I love.
Yeah.
I was
you were traveling there before we met.
Yeah, I was hanging there way before we met. We met each other because of surfing, because it's a great place and you have a lot of space. Already I was not that kind of person looking for very crowded spaces.
You know what I would say? I would say, but maybe this is a stereotype, but I think that if I think about the holidays at my dad, we're very much sportive.
Because this is not gonna be in English. Ma che cazzo sta dicendo?
But not me. But not my dad.
Because your father is sporty?
No.
But what are you saying?
No, but it's like the typical days that you go to bicycle. You know what I mean?
Okay, but in my family, being sporty, it's another thing.
I know.
Like it's climbing on Mount Everest. Like you are active.
Bravo.
On the ocean side, you go bicycling in the forest at 10 kilometers per hour. You go have a little walk at the market to buy the local cheese and the chicken. It's a tradition, but that's a
tradition. This is basically a holiday.
That's your father's.
Then in the afternoon we go see the sunset on the ocean.
Very sportive guy. You see how much sport they do in Gabrielle's family?
Zero. It's true.
Me, I'm always telling her, like, it's so bad, guys, that you don't have sport culture, because they all have very strong physical structure. Indeed, me, I'm super happy for the DNA, because our kids, they're gonna be pro in every sport. And that's it. I put the culture, she's putting the body. We're gonna make it.
What are the things you want to add to this video, amore mio?
Sometimes people, they think that it's very expensive. It's not necessarily very expensive. I really suggest boat holidays on the sea in summer in Italy, because something that is insane in Italy is the amount of coast, harbor, little coves, island that you can have. And sometimes, I mean, hotels and whatever, you know, it can be so expensive that once you did a good cambusa on your boat, that means you bought everything, you did the groceries and whatever, I don't know how to say in English, and you live with a boat, not necessarily too big, you really to experience, you know, the boat. Maybe you're not even spending so much money, you can even sleep at the anchor, not necessarily paying to get into the harbor every day, whatever, and you really can have the best experience in your life.
Like, this is something that Italy has that France doesn't have. Like, if you're traveling on a boat in France, like it's gonna be like a huge yacht. There's not like the same culture as in Italy, in which you really, like so many people spend summer like on a voilier, a little boat with the family, part of the culture. Like I never did in my life like a boat holiday before I moved to Italy with you. Like it was so out of the culture, but once again, my family, my dad is my family, is not at all traditional. I'm so excited for the kids to be bigger so we can do like holidays on the boat, because it's such a beautiful. Guys, I'm sorry to say for the French people watching this, but I think Italia won. But to be honest, we are gonna win in so many other topics. It's just more convenient.
I think the next big challenge where we can be more balanced, the opposite, winter. France,
yeah, ciao ragazzi, arrivederci.
Okay. No, arrivederci no.
Arrivederci.
We have Dolomite, come on.
Vabbè, how many we have?
Like us. I think less.
Yeah, but it's better.
It's better. Ciao guys.
Au revoir. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Send us the comments if you want of other topics we want to speak about. And I promise France will win next time, but not today. Bye.